Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. How Dominance, Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe and also click that notification bell if you enjoy what you see and if you want to see more. Coming up in today's episode, it's quite simple. 2 Super League fixtures and 1 Betfred Challenge Cup fixture. So today we're going to have a look at the final 2 games of this Super League weekend. I know, it's only Saturday that we're covering. And they've already played the Super League games. There was none on a Sunday. But those 2 games that are remaining are RLFC versus Salford Red Devils and Toulouse Olympique facing Warrington Wolves. And we begin today with the RLFC game as they host Salford in this Super League clash. And RLFC and Salford are at 2 different points of the season at this moment in time, as RLFC have the 1 win to their name, while Salford have 2, with 1 defeat for the Hull side. So we look at the away side first of all, and from the last week's game against Toulouse, Dan Sargentson comes into the second row in place of Dion Cross. In the halves, there's no change with Brodie Croft and Mark Sneed pulling the strings, while looking in the pack, there's no changes either. On the bench, we see Danny Addy, Sitoleti Akawala, Dion Cross and Alex Gerrard. So there's only been 1 change to the squad, that being that Sargentson comes off the bench for Dion Cross. For Hull though, they're definitely going to be lacking a little bit in the halves, as Luke Gale serves a 5-match ban after his red card against St Helens. Jake Connor returns at fullback, which means Jamie Shaw is back on the bench, with Ben McNamara coming in the halves for the suspended Gale. Joe Lovedua starts in the second row, with Danny Houghton on the pitch as well, trying to move the team around a bit. Miteli Vuli Kijapani drops from the bench in place of Josh Bowden, while Jordan Johnston appears on the bench with Jack Brown. Connor Wynn is the only person that misses out in this whole side. So we're going to the first half, and it's the 14th minute where we see Hull opening the scoring for the first try. After a solid Chris Sarte drive, which saw them deep in Salford's half, inside the 30, Luke Gale passes out to Jake Connor, who changes his mind and kicks for the corner for Darnell McIntosh, who picks up, scoops up and scores the first try. Jake Connor was on kicking duty, but unfortunately wasn't able to make this kick this time. But it wasn't too long until Hull was back in again, as they work the ball to the left, and after a good solid drive by the forwards, they go back right, and Jake Connor again at the heart of it and opens a gap for Cameron Scott to go in. Connor is able to make this conversion for a 10-0 lead to Hull KR. Hull FC. I get them 2 wrong. I apologise, Hull fans. Hull looked rampant, and they were in again on the 23rd minute for a move that started way down in their own half, as Hull are pushing Salford back as they go. We see the ball go through the hands as first Adam Swift takes the ball in, and they spread the ball. Luke Gale to a quick pass by Jake Connor, and then the ball reaches Cam Smith again, who kicks it past Briale to score on the right edge once more. Connor also adds this one, so that it is a 16-0 lead to Hull. And it seems to be only 1 team that are going to win this. But they're back in again as Jake Connor finds Joe Lovedua, who reaches out for yet another try. While the scores are 20-0, it is a missed kick by Connor once more, and it's all Hull up to this point. But here comes Salford and they're outside the 20. And a kick by Sneed, returning to his old club, sees a chase by Tim Lifey, who goes over for Salford. Sneed adds the extras, but it's only a consolation for the half, as Salford go in at half time. 20 points to 6 down, and with a lot of work to do. So we're going to the second half, and the scoring doesn't stop, as we have a load of points going through both teams, to be fair. And first, the opening scoring goes to Hull FC, as a great drive by Brad Fash sees them deep in Salford territory, 5 metres out, and they use the dummy side, which Jake Connor uses his strength to get over to score. The conversion is missed, but 24 points to 6 is not too bad for Hull, who have yet to win this season. And it gets much better for Hull FC not long after. After some good set-up play by the Hull defence attack to get back into the Salford half, Adam Swift finds a small bit of a gap to reach near the 20-metre line. But they go back inside, and Jake Connor turns inventive and kicks for the centre of the goal. The chase is missed by the first one, and Briley misses the second one, but Jordan Lane comes up with the score. And not long after that, it seems like Jordan Lane has got his second, after trying to get Adam Swift in on the left edge through some very quick hands. They have no option but to go right, and Gale goes through the hands of Houghton and out to Connor once again, who finds Jordan Lane, who dummies and crashes his way over the second try. I'm looking at the conversions and it looks like Darnell McIntosh has gone over to take over the kicking, and he kicks both of Jordan Lane's tries. There's me calling all the plays at Luke Gale during this game, but he is suspended. I keep forgetting that. Why don't I listen to what I said at the beginning? It was Ben McNamara and Josh Reynolds who were at the heart of everything. And that is more poignant when Hull go in once more. The ball is worked out right, and the set-up play by Sarte has been played, and the ball comes down the blind side to Josh Reynolds on the overload. Joe Burgess is defeated by the bounce, and Reynolds goes in for his try. And it's now 42 points to 6-2 Hull FC, with Darnell McIntosh being, well, I'm not sure who took the first kick in the second half for the conversion, but ever since then Darnell McIntosh has not missed the kick, and it's 42 points to 6. Salford though chance their arm and go in for a try for Ken Seo. After an awkward kick by Mark Sneed, the ball is worked back inside to Seo, and Brodie Croft sets off, and Seo goes in the corner for his 6th try of the season. Sneed misses this kick, but it's 42 points to 10, and we're at the 67th minute, and a comeback is more than likely not going to happen at this point. And so it shows as Hull go in once more for another try. At the play of the ball, Connor finds Tavita Sarte, who goes over to score for 46 points to 10, with Darnell McIntosh knocking over the kick for 48 points to 10. The last word, however, was left to Salford, as deep in the Hull half they start their attack, and it looks like a kick to the corner from Brodie Croft finds the accelerated Tim Lifey, who was strong enough to get over for the try. Mark Sneed had an attempt to kick over the conversion, which he did, to make it 48 points to 16, and we thought we were all done at this point. But Salford showed their attacking impetus once more, as they are deep in the Hull half. The ball is swung out left by Brodie Croft and Sneed, who finds a quick pass out to Sargentson, but Joe Burgess's lunge to the corner is deemed to be outside of the field of play. Great defence by Hull. They celebrate it like a win as they've come out 48 points to 16 victors against Salford Red Devils for their first win of the season. So, before we go into the second game of the Super League games that were played on the Saturday, we are going to have a look into the Challenge Cup match between the North Wales Crusaders and Hunslet RLFC, as it's a tie in the 4th round and a place in the 5th round obviously at stake for both sides. First of all, we have to do some housekeeping as the home ground for the Crusaders, Stadium Iris, was not available for the North Wales Crusaders, so a change of playing area was needed, and they decided to move to Patton Field in Telegraph Road, Wirral, which is the home of Caldy Rugby Football Club on the Wirral, as part of an agreement between Caldy RFC and the chief executive at the Crusaders, who lives nearby. And Caldy RFC got a little bit of a treat as the Challenge Cup trophy followed the Challenge Cup game and was there to see in enemy territory, I would like to say. Here is the clubhouse at the Caldy RFC. It's more like a cricket villa from what I can tell, a cricket pavilion in some rural town in Sussex or something like that, rather than a changing rooms for a rugby club. So just to let you know, it was the first rugby league match that was played on the Wirral since 1904, and North Wales began the game on top as Jordan Gibson grabbed his first try with 4 minutes played. Brad Billingsborough converted the first of what would be 5 from 5 attempts on the afternoon to give the home side a 6-0 lead. Jason Mossop of Hunslet struck back on the 13th minute with an unconverted try, but the Crusaders added a second through Alex Eckley soon after, before Gibson got his second try just before the break. While Billingsborough made no mistake with a boot, Hunslet gave themselves some hope seconds before the half-time whistle. Jack Render scored an unconverted try to leave the home side ahead, 18 points to 8. That's how the scores remained in the second half, where defences were on top until North Wales added a 4th try 10 minutes of the left of the game to play. Gibson turning creator to send Hazard in. Gibson then put the result beyond doubt with 6 minutes left to play. Billingsborough got both goals to round off a fine 30 points to 8 win and seal their place in the 5th round. Now we come to the game in the south of France, where Toulouse faced Warrington for the first time in Super League, as Warrington are looking for 3 from 3 games, 3 wins that is, while Toulouse are looking to get on the scoreboard, and it will be a tough game with Warrington gaining some form, but have a major doubt as looking in their team. First of all, Gareth Widdop was withdrawn from the Warrington side due to COVID-related issues, with Riley Dean lining up in the halves alongside George Williams, after initially being drawn in their squad. Jack Hughes returns to the starting lineup after last week's stint on the bench, while Darryl Clark returns to the 17 on the bench though, which means Danny Walker keeps his place in the starting lineup. But otherwise, when it comes to the first team, only Widdop and Ben Curry drop out, but there's a place on the bench for the returning Darryl Clark as mentioned, and Josh Foulis, who drops out of the 17 for Mike Cooper. But the home side Toulouse though, while there's no changes on the bench, out go Taelo Veve, Joseph Paulo and Andrew Dixon. In comes in Paul Macron and Maxime Stefani, while Ollie Asho-Bott starts at fullback and Tony Gigot moves into the standoff positions. So the game begins, and it's the 8th minute when we see the first points of the game, as Warrington are the first ones on the board. And it seems like a great left edge play where we see from the centre, George Williams kicks for the left hand side for Toby King to score the first points of the game. Ratchford misses with the conversions, and it's only 4-0 to begin the game. Warrington though have been clawed back by 2 points by Hankinson, but they work the right edge well as they pass the ball high and over to Josh Charnley for his 200th try in Super League. Back come Toulouse though. It's 10 points to 2 at this point after a Hankinson penalty before the Charnley try, but the kick by Tony Gigot is put up in the air, and the winger for Toulouse, Russell, challenges. Oh, it's Macron this time, and Asho-Bott kicks on for the score, or so we believe. But unknown to us, the referee has called it back for a penalty and disallowed the try, and it still remains 10 points to 2. This gives Warrington more impetus as we're coming towards half time. We see that Warrington are on the attack, and Darryl Clark is there acting halfback, and they go left. But Riley passes it out to Toby King, who once again goes over for the try and his second of the game. Ratchford has been successful with the last 2 kicks, and we're now going up to 16 points to 2 at half time as we see Toulouse go in. 16-2 down at half time, but not out of the competition. So we start the second half with Toulouse deep in the Warrington half after some good play and set-up play for Toulouse. And as they're on the attack, the ball is by Tony Gigot, who finds Ollie Asho-Bott, who should have took the tackle, but Gigot fumbles it to Peter Matautia, who has George Williams in support. And while Matautia could have had the pace to go full length, he knows that Williams is blistering, and he scores underneath the dot. Ratchford extends the lead to 22 points to 2 because of Hankinson's 12th minute penalty. But it's now Toulouse that come back on the 57th minute as we see them starting their attack from inside the Warrington's half, and they work the ball wide, and the gap is found by Ollie Asho-Bott, who uses his pace and elusiveness to score, also under the posts. Make it 22-8 as Hankinson adds the extras. The next try though goes back to Warrington once more as they're on the attack deep in Toulouse half once more, and the ball goes out to Ratchford, who Matautia scoops out towards Josh Charnley, who goes in the corner. Now it's 26 points to 8. Ratchford unfortunately misses this kick. It's a tough one from the edge, but Warrington are getting the momentum up, as we see in this next try as they score once again. This time they're attacking to the left edge, but George Williams sets up the play as he thought he finds a gap, but they go right. Darryl Clark goes in for the try, close to the post for Ratchford to extend the lead to 32 points to 8, going in Warrington's favour. Undeterred though, Toulouse keep banging on the door, and they get their rewards after some set-up play by the forwards. Back to one has been called, and Romain Navarre goes over for the try, which Hankinson converts for 14 points to 32 in Warrington's favour. Toulouse have the last word though, after some good strength by Guy Armitage, gets the ball within a few yards of the Warrington line, and Stefani goes over, and Maxime Stefani right in the corner to finish the scoring, and that means that the match finishes with Toulouse with some good momentum and winning the second half 18 points to 16. But it's still a defeat for Toulouse as Warrington go 3 from 3 with a 13 points to 18 win down in the south of France. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and also click that notification bell for any videos that may be coming your way in the next few days. Please tell me what your thoughts are of today's episode. Do you think Salford were just beaten by a better team? Or does that show their true quality in that team? What about Toulouse? Are they getting some sort of form together after winning a half against Warrington? Or did Warrington just ease off the gas? Warrington, are they the real deal? Are they coming back into being a near top team? Getting to a grand final at least? And Hull, the second win, joined Salford on level on points. It's been an okay day for results. Speaking of which, here they are, with Wigan 22, Huddersfield Giants 12 in our first game of the weekend. Leeds Rhinos 4, Catalans Dragons 10. That one finished later than the Wigan game and was live on Sky Sports. OKR 26, Castleford Tigers 10. They're in a bit of trouble at the moment trying to get their form together. St Helens 20, Wakefield Trinity 4. Bit more fight in them than I would have thought. Quality, not quite, well, going forward not bad, but in defence not quite there. Hull FC 48, Salford Red Devils 16, and Toulouse 18, Warrington Wolves 32. Which after 3 rounds leaves the table like this. Saints, Wigan Warriors and Warrington all top the table with 3 wins from 3. Then Huddersfield Giants, Hull, Salford and Catalans all 2 wins from 3. OKR 1 win from 3. And then no wins for Wakefield Trinity, Leeds Rhinos, Castleford Tigers and Toulouse. But we've still got 22 rounds of fixtures to go, so all can be played for. So tell me, who, what and where, your opinion. But in the meantime, stay safe, all the best, share this video worldwide, and I'll see you in the next one.